Hey, what's going on? It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Thanks for joining us. Today I'm talking about the Alabama wide receivers. You can catch our quarterback and running back preview right here on our YouTube channel. All our coverage back on BamaInsider.com. Remember, spring football practice starts for Alabama on Friday, March 8th, and then they'll be off for spring break, and then they'll be back that following week. All the coverage and the schedule, the layout, the depth charts, everything back on BamaInsider.com. Let's talk about the Alabama wide receiving unit, and it's going to be pretty incredible, as everybody knows. So here are my 3 questions going into the spring season regarding the wide receivers. My first question going into the 2019 season is, who's going to stop Jerry Jeudy, who's coming off an incredible year at Alabama, right? His sophomore season, 68 receptions, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns, and is clearly the best wide receiver in the entire country. Who's going to stop him and Tua? Tell me. At the recent NFL Combine, Georgia defensive back DeAndre Baker was asked, who's the best wide receiver he faced during the 2018 season? His response, Jerry Jeudy. That's a big compliment. Now, Jerry Jeudy has an opportunity to do something that only 2 other receivers have done since 1994. That's win the Biletnikoff Award in back-to-back seasons. Justin Blackmon of Oklahoma State has done it, and also Michael Crabtree of Texas Tech. Number 2, my second question going into the 2019 spring season is, who's going to stop the other wide receivers at Alabama, right? The Crimson Tide have so much talent at the position, it's almost unfair. Returning to the 2019 season, you got Henry Ruggs III, who caught for 46 receptions, 741 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Devontae Smith, a.k.a. Smitty, who caught for 42 receptions, 683 yards with 6 touchdowns. And now sophomore Jalen Waddle, who caught for 45 receptions, 848 yards, and 7 touchdowns. The Crimson Tide could go 4 wide receivers deep all season long, every single offensive snap, and would still have defensive coordinators guessing. Straight up, no receiving group in the country has more talent this year than the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, my third question going into the spring season is, which tight end is going to step up for the Crimson Tide to replace Irv Smith? Get this, not one tight end on the roster caught a pass last season besides Irv Smith as a tight end. As you know, Irv Smith declared early for the NFL draft. He's out. He hauled in 44 receptions last year, 710 yards with 7 touchdowns. Is there a tight end on the roster that can replicate even 65% of what Smith did last season? I'm paging Cedric James, incoming freshman Jahlil Billingsley, maybe Miller Forrestall. Not having a premier tight end is not going to kill the offense, but a dynamic tight end can sure be a weapon inside the red zone. I think an area Alabama certainly needs to improve on. Now, 2 things I've learned going into the spring season is Alabama will have a new wide receiver coach once again. 2 years ago was Mike Locksley. Last year was Josh Gaddis. This year, it's Holman Wiggins. Wiggins comes to Alabama from Virginia Tech, and he has so much talent around him, it's a plug-and-play type season. But I'm interested to see what Wiggins could do with younger guys, Xavier Williams, Terrell Shavers, if he can develop those wide receivers into guys that can step up even this season as well as next season. And he's also got to prove that he can recruit, right? Guys like Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, those guys aren't going to be around too much longer. So you got to continue to add depth to the wide receiving unit. Speaking of recruiting, Alabama has landed 3 wide receiver commits and 1 tight end commit from the class of 2020. Out of Baltimore just a couple days ago, Trayshawn Holden jumped on board, and Javon Baker and Dazin Warsham have also committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Both of those guys committed in 2018. The tight end that has committed from the class of 2020 is Caden Clark out of Akron, Ohio. Big body kid, 6'4", 230 pounds. Right now, Rivals.com 3-star. Here's my prediction for the spring season. I guess going into the 2019 season when we talk about the wide receiver and tight end unit. And my prediction is this. I think Cedric James and Miller Forrestall are going to really step up for the Alabama Crimson Tide in 2019. James, 6'5", 260 pounds, very athletic. Have you seen the kid throwing football? I mean, he can spin it. And I think the kid has a lot of athleticism, and Alabama is going to certainly find ways to utilize him this season, hauling in balls from Tua Tagovailoa. And I also think that Miller Forrestall will make a splash. 2016, he saw some playing time. He was hurt with the ACL, but I think he's fully recovered. So I think you combine Miller Forrestall, Cedric James for the 2019 season. I think your tight end solution is solved, replacing Irv Smith. Not going to be easy, but I think those guys will get it done. For more coverage on the Alabama Crimson Tide, head on over to BamaInsider.com. Look for the free trial. Free 30 days. The promo code at checkout is Roll Tide. My name is Kyle Henderson, reporting from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We'll catch you soon on BamaInsider.com.